Excuse me, we're going to get the meeting started. Is that okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Ready? Okay. Good evening and welcome to the Crestwood School Board District Board of Education meeting, August 28, 2023. Mr. Secretary, can we get a roll call, please?
Trustee Fawaz?
Here.
Trustee Baydoun?
Here.
Trustee Sabo?
Here.
Trustee Williamson?
Here.
Trustee Aim is here. Trustee Berry?
Here.
Madam President?
Here.
We're all here.
Thank you, and sorry, I forgot to mention, we called the meeting to order at 7:22 p.m. Just want to apologize to those waiting and those watching at home. Thanks for your patience. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, can we get the consent agenda, please?
Okay, recommended action. Board of Education approval is recommended for the items listed on the consent agenda, which include the August 28, 2023 board agenda, the minutes from the study session on Monday, July 31st, 2023, the minutes from the regular meeting on Monday, July 31st, 2023, and the check register dated July 1st through July 31st, 2023.
Second.
Okay, we have recommended action by Secretary Amen, supported by Trustee Saba, that the Board of Education is recommended for items listed, Board of Education approval is recommended for the items listed on the consent agenda, which include the August 28, 2023 board agenda, the minutes from the study session on Monday, July 31st, 2023, the minutes from the regular meeting on Monday, July 31st, 2023, and the check register dated July 1 through July 31, 2023. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Before we go into the business report, I believe that we have two recognitions today. Yes, so we have two exemplary employees who are leaving the district, and we're very, very sad to see them go. Can we please call up Mr. Michael Kenny? Mr. Kenny, we just wanted to thank you for all your years of service, and we appreciate all your hard work and everything you've done. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Congratulations on your retirement. Thank you, my friend.
Congratulations.
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 It's different when Labor Day weekend comes, right?
You'll be missed.
9 o'clock and just turned over.
Very good.
You want to take a picture of them, Dr. Marcel?
Yes, please.
You got it? Thank you.
Actually, we can do it if all the board
Yeah.
members, why don't we go up here?
Yeah, everyone out together.
Congrats, you're gonna be missed. I know that the students love you. I can say much, but nice to meet you.
Madam Chair, I don't mean to jump in, but do you want to, since you guys are already here?
No, we're gonna bring him up by himself.
Okay.
He's earned it. They've each earned their own picture.
Say Chargers.
Chargers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much again.
Congratulations again.
You may still stay up there.
Should we stay up here?
Yeah, stay up.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. I'll just move the microphone here. I really don't need a microphone.
For
But,
people on TV to be able to hear you,
yeah.
you do.
So, our next appreciation or recognition of retirement is Mr. Kosmachek. Now, I always say Mr. K because I can never pronounce it right. And I did want to say I'm so sorry to see you go. I was telling you earlier, so Mr. K had my daughters. My daughters all had Mr. K, and he had an amazing impact on them, especially in the world of social studies. So thank you very much for all your years of service and your dedication. So we appreciate you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations to your retirement. Thank you, President.
This is for your congratulations.
I just wanna say you're way too young to retire. I don't know how you pulled this one off. Congratulations.
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 Congrats again.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to the families. Now you got them for a long time. We're sorry. But thank you for lending them to us to serve our children. We appreciate it. Thank you. Madam President, as you know, we had other retirees, but not everyone was able to make it this evening. But each retiree will be receiving the certificate of appreciation and a thank you.
Congratulations to all our retirees, and thanks again for all your hard work. Okay, we will go into the business report. Ms. Morgan?
Thank you. Approval of 2023-24 requisitions. The attached list of requisitions are items that buildings or departments would like to purchase for their upcoming needs. The requisitions have gone through all the appropriate approval processes and have been approved by the administration for purchase. In addition, there are funds available to make these purchases. Once the requisitions are approved, they will be processed and purchase orders will be sent out.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Seba?
recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the requisitions as per attachment 4A1.
Support.
Recommendation by trustee Seba, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the requisitions as per attachment 4A1. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Approval of confirming purchase orders. The attached confirming purchase orders are items that needed to be processed prior to the board approval. The items are staff reimbursements, open POs, site license, maintenance repairs, and other miscellaneous items for the start of the school year.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Williamson.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the confirming purchase orders per attachment 4A2.
Support.
Okay. We have recommended action by trustee Williamson, supported by trustee Seba, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the confirming purchase orders per attachment 4A2. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Approval of contract with Michigan Rehabilitation Services. The Crestwood School District has been working over the past several years with MRS. The partnership improves access to vocational rehabilitation services for students with disabilities in secondary education who are interested in becoming employed upon high school completion. The program will enhance the delivery of transition VR services to the target population. MRS and school staff will collaborate on VR services and support which promote successful employment career outcomes. Students will access a community internship which allows them to transfer the skills learned in the classroom directly to real-life work environments and work experiences. The internship will create real opportunities for students which contribute to the resume building and employment skill development. Students will acquire the soft skills development to effectively transition from school to work. Total cost of the district will be $15,000.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Seba?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the one-year contract with Michigan Rehabilitation Services for the 2023-2024 school year. See attachment 4A3.
Support.
Okay. Recommended action by trustee Seba, supported by trustee Baydoun, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the one-year contract with Michigan Rehabilitation Services for the 2023-2024 school year. See attachment 4A3. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 4, approval of BSN reward program. Crestwood High School Athletics would like to enter into a rewards program with BSN Sports. The agreement would allow discounted purchases for various products. This agreement would be for 3 years and would provide additional benefits to the district and the athletes for all their purchases.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Fawaz?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the agreement with BSN Sports Reward Program per attachment 4A4.
Recommended action by trustee Fawaz, supported by trustee Baydoun, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the agreement with BSN Sports Reward Program per attachment 4A4. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Approval of public relations contract. Crestwood Administration would like to enter into an agreement with Bashara Public Relations, BPR, to tell the Crestwood story. The district has been trending in a positive direction over the past 3 years, and the administration would like to promote our district. As we move forward, it is important for us to share our successes and promote our community. By entering into the contract with BPR, we will be able to push forward with our goals and vision.
Madam Chair?
Trustee Fawaz.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the agreement with Bashra Public Relations per attachment 4A5. And I'm hoping that this will really be, like really emphasize and, put out there all the stuff we've been doing, improving, and just really get us out there.
Can we get a second? Okay. Motion by trustee Fawaz, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the agreement with Bashara Public Relations per attachment 4A5. Any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Trustee Bidun.
can we also use, so just in context, this is just a question, would they help us with communication as well? Like
Yes.
social media?
Yes.
Yep.
Because I know right now we have different it's great, but we have different pockets of social media, right? We have a Crestwood Athletics, Crestwood Band, Crestwood Drama, all different. Will they help us like tie the knot together?
With their support, plus with the work that Mr. Baydun's gonna be doing for us, it's gonna bring it all together. Yes.
Great,
That's the
awesome.
idea.
All right. So Mr. Baydun will be our lead?
He'll be the lead for the district, and he'll be working directly with Mr. Bashar.
Awesome.
Trustee Amen.
Just a quick comment. I know that, I'm actually happy that we went with Bashar because he's been very involved in our community for, I want to say, 20-plus years. And I think it was a good call. Good company.
So if we have anything, we would go to, okay, perfect.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Number 6, approval of elite sports facility use agreement. Crestwood Administration would like to enter into a reciprocal facility use agreement with Elite Sports through June 30th, 2025. The partnership provides an excellent opportunity for our students while building stronger ties within the community. The agreement has been attached for review.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Bidun.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the facility use and agreement with Elite Sports, see attachment 4A6.
Support.
Okay, recommended action by trustee Bidun, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the facility use agreement with Elite Sports. See attachment 4A6. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Number 7, approval of Hype Athletics facility use agreement. Crestwood Administration would like to enter into a reciprocal facility use agreement with Hype Athletics through June 30th, 2025. The partnership provides an excellent opportunity for our students while building stronger ties with the community. The agreement has been attached for review.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Bidun.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the facility use agreement with Hype Athletics, see attachment 4A7.
Support.
Okay, we have a recommended action by trustee Bidun, supported by trustee Barry, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the facility use agreement with Hype Athletics. See attachment 4A7. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed?
I abstain.
I abstain.
Okay, so, Mr. Secretary, can we get a roll call, please?
Trustee Fawaz?
Yes.
Trustee Sabo abstain. Trustee Williamson?
Yes.
Trustee Barry?
Yes.
Trustee Bidun?
Yes.
Trustee, Madam President?
Yes. Okay, motion
Madam
carries.
Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to add, because I know we didn't do any discussion for this one, but as far as with
Oh, I'm
Hype
sorry.
and,
I think
it's
did I
okay.
skip that? Go ahead.
With Hype and Elite, I'm glad that we actually got it to this point. I recognize that, I looked at the contracts. So I'm glad that there's not money involved or anything, and, it's where they use our facilities, that we can use their facilities, and I'm glad we included, Hype, so we have, a couple locations, even though they're a little further. But I just wanted to say thank you, because, I definitely recognize that, now we have something in writing, and, we're good.
Thank you.
Next item.
Thank you. Number 8, approval of University of Michigan Dearborn facility use agreement. University of Michigan Dearborn has requested to utilize Crestwood High School athletic complex for their athletic teams through the June 30th, 2026. The partnership provides an excellent opportunity for our student athletes and builds strong ties within the community. The agreement has been attached for review.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Sabo.
Recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the one facility use agreement with University of Michigan Dearborn. See attachment 4A8.
Support.
Okay, recommended action by trustee Sabal, supported by trustee Fawaz, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the one facility use agreement with University of Michigan Dearborn. See attachment 4A8. Any discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair, I have a question.
Trustee Williamson?
Who's responsible for cleanup after any of their events?
We'll have our custodial team will be paid overtime.
Okay.
Is a fee for that.
Yeah.
I just didn't see anything like that in the contract, so I
Oh.
just want to make sure who's responsible.
Yeah.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Bidin?
is this a similar agreement that has been in years past?
No.
With U of M?
This is new. So if I can explain.
Go ahead.
The University of Michigan Dearborn and our administration have been in conversations over the last 2-3 years to make the outdoor facilities the home venue for the University of Michigan Dearborn men's and women's soccer team, as well as the men's lacrosse team. Therefore, through this contract, they will be paying us a yearly sponsorship fee of $25,000, wherein we will be their home facilities. We are now putting on order, you will see on our scoreboard, the Block M with the University of Michigan Dearborn Block M on there, as this partnership is going to build a bigger partnership as we're going to be looking at supporting both venues at the same time.
And this is a 1 year?
This is a 3-year.
Through
I think
2026.
3 years.
2026, 3
So
years.
4 year.
It starts this year.
Starts now,
So it's
And it
23.
ends end of 25,
it ends June 30th, 26.
so almost 4 years.
Almost, yes, 3.5
So
years.
is that sponsorship?
3 years.
It's 3 school years.
Got it. Is that sponsorship yearly?
It is.
It is yearly?
It is yearly.
Okay,
Yep.
Nice.
thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Any,
So I just wanted to, oh, sorry, Sabal.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want, no scheduling conflicts with ours, right?
No, so now that we got so everything's worked out, and then now with Mr. Hetchigian, our new athletic director, he's gonna be working between University of Michigan Dearborn and our athletic programs to make sure that we develop a schedule where there won't be any conflict. It's the same thing with the reciprocal agreements. He will have a calendar, it'll be an active calendar, and he's actually gonna start sharing that calendar with the board in his Friday updates, as they're gonna be kicking in their Friday updates very soon, so you'll actually see that calendar as well.
And is there, I'm sorry, for when they are here, is there discounts for our children in the district to see their games?
Their games are free, I believe. I don't think they're,
I don't know, I'd have to follow up with that because I'm not sure what they're,
yeah, I do remember, and unless if things changed, when my daughter played for the university, it was free admission.
Oh, okay.
Madam Chair?
Trustee Sabal?
2 things. Concessions.
Yes,
Would they be Crestwood concessions or U of M Dearborn concessions? Because this is a donation.
Crestwood concessions.
Okay, perfect. Second thing is, are we gonna have a interactive scheduler between, or something where they can see, because we've got soccer coming up too.
So
Is there
Jeff,
some way to keep it live?
I believe they have to submit a schedule
So-
and get it approved.
so right now, I know what you're talking about.
No, it's like an app. There's apps
Oh,
out
I'm
there
sorry,
that-
yes.
that have that interactive.
I can have Jeff look into that, because right now Jeff's doing it old-fashioned way, give me your dates, and he's manipulating it, but we can have him look into
I
that.
think it's something you should be able to see at any time,
Okay.
to
a
be
good
able to,
idea.
because what if something happens where you wanna schedule something?
Well, we're doing it on Google Doc, so it's always live on Google Docs, and whoever needs access to that should have access to it.
Problem with Google Docs is anybody can erase it, even accidentally.
Unless if you only give,
Yeah.
so if Jeff is the only one with editing rights, everybody else can be a viewer. But they would have to submit to Jeff, okay, here's what we need. So I see what you're talking about. I'll have Jeff look into that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair, will they ever use the field while classes are in session here?
No.
Okay.
No, we already had that conversation, so they were very kind to understand that they couldn't practice here because their practice times are when we are in session and we need the field for gym. And they understand that we can't have them here during that time, so they're using other facilities for practice.
Just parking would be a nightmare, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Trustee Bidin?
I'm assuming high school athletics trump,
Yes,
and I'm not talking about practices, I'm talking about games.
yes.
So they wouldn't have to be games moved.
No, we would make as many, so soccer is flexible because you can move soccer around. So some of the flexible sports are, like we moved one of our soccer games to benefit and then they moved one of their games. So we work it out.
Okay.
But no, they've been a great partner thus far, and been very flexible with us, and I think they're just excited to have a home field that is in the same vicinity as the school, and then we have the same colors, so it works out.
So
well, too.
I'm glad that we are looking at the big picture, because what's next door, what did we just approve? Hype and Elite, right?
Yes.
So if we look at the big picture, what's next door is Elite. And with that facilities agreement, upon availability, we can use that and shift things around as we've done so in the past.
As we have,
right?
yes. And
Awesome.
like trustee Fawaz mentioned, and I appreciate that, is the fact that now we have everything, it's all situated, it's legal, we're good to go, everybody's on the same page, everything's situated. And, you know, it was a process getting there because we wanted to make sure that everything was done correctly. But one of the things that one of the biggest promises I made was to have more community involvement in our district. And, you know, we got Hype, we got Elite, you know, we have U of M Dearborn. The Dearborn Heights Raiders are gonna be playing their games at our field. So, I mean, this is where we're going, and our doors are open. We want as many organizations as possible in our school district, and we will work it out. So I appreciate the board's support.
So I just wanted to also say thank you to you and your team. This is a great move, not only for the community, I feel, but also a great business move in general. So I thank you guys for that. Thank you to the team.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, next item.
I have an
Oh, we have to
informational
take the
item
vote.
and an update
was
regarding all the
discussion.
construction.
Oh, I'm sorry,
we have
that
to
was
vote.
discussion. We need to vote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we did vote.
No, we haven't.
I thought, yeah, didn't Salvo just say because we skipped discussion? We
No,
voted
she did that
on
for the
That was before.
Hype
All right.
facilities.
Okay,
Voted too.
all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
I have an informational item regarding the construction projects. I just wanted to provide an update of where we are with everything.
Okay.
We'll start with the elementaries. Hillcrest, there's one outstanding item that we're currently working through, then that project will be complete, and then the final payment will be forthcoming. Highview, there are two outstanding items that we're working on. One is we're waiting for a roof ladder that we added onto, and then a small minor paint, a touch-up. The final payment will then be forthcoming. Kinlock, there are multiple items that they need to resolve, so they're working to fix those. Right now, until those items are resolved, we have been holding their final payments for that. Crestwood field improvements, so today they've started coating the track. Actually, it's been over the past 3 days. They started laying the first couple layers of the track. So what happens with the track is there's about a 3/4 inch layer of rubber, but underneath the color coating is the thicker rubber, so that's been laid down. And within the next week, they'll be coloring the track and putting the lines in. The concrete has been poured around the grandstands on both the visitor side and the home side. There, if you go by the building closest to the school, which was our old concession building, there is concrete all the way around that to the right side. They will be adding the concrete between the driveway and the rest of it. That should be done by the end of this week. The fencing, the exterior fencing, if you look at the field, along the right side of the field with the tennis courts, all of that has been put up, that fencing. They will be starting on the back row by Kinlock. That 8-foot fence will be going up along that drive next. They have to wait a day or so because there's some excavating crews that need to get in to level out some of the landscaping on that side. And so before they put the field in, if they did that earthwork prior to putting the fence in, then they would run into the fence. So that's coming this week as well. Then once they do that, the fencing behind the home grandstands will be put in as well. The landscaping grading still needs to be completed on the back side of the grandstands, but that will be fenced off, so that's in between the grandstands and the baseball and softball fields. The bleachers will be power washed, and currently, because we reused our current bleachers, they have the 6 feet stickers. Those are gonna get removed as well. The electrical panels are being finished, and then once those are finished, DTE will connect the power to the scoreboard and to the press box. The working schedule for inspections for all of these things is September 6th. So our goal is to have everything inspected by September 6th so that September 8th game can be held at the field.
No pressure, but it will be there, so no pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. Unfortunately for that.
It's probably hard to report on the football field to this group, right?
Yeah. No pressure whatsoever. Unfortunately for that game, we will not have any physical in-building bathrooms, but we are ordering a trailer with porta potties, so they're nicer porta potties because it will just be for early on in the season. Again, the goal is for the September 8th for the field, the stands, and that entrance right there to the right of the building closest to the school to be ready. The weather has been putting dampers on, delaying with all of the rain that we've had, so cross our fingers. The new press box will be installed in January and February. We knew that it was coming after the field because it wasn't going to be ready till October, November. Our old press box is currently up there. However, we will have to wait until the ground freezes in order to replace the new press box because they're gonna have to have a crane over there to get that up.
So question on, Madam Chair, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Question on that, Ms. Morgan.
Yes.
Just, you sparked something in my mind on that. Can we use, are we doing anything with the old press box?
The old press box were, if I'm not mistaken, and I'd have to double check because I wanna say we're getting a credit, there was a credit given to us for the old press box, they will take it because it discounted the new press box.
Got it. So if there isn't a credit, can we board it up and use it as storage on the practice field?
We're looking at something else for storage.
Okay.
Yep, but
Thank you.
I will look into that, but I believe that because, if I'm not mistaken, because they're giving us new, they can take and reuse that. And so I believe they gave us a small credit for that.
Got it, thank you.
With the field buildings, so we'll start with building B, which was the old concession building. What we've turned that into is male and female restrooms, or 2 sets of bathrooms. It will have a small team room for the visiting team, so that will be in there, as well as a mechanical room, which houses all of the different things. Currently, they're working on installing the plumbing and the interior walls. Our goal is to have that building completely inspected and ready by September 22nd, so that will be usable, knock on wood, by homecoming. So that is the goal for that.
Ms. Morgan, real quick. You said women and men's restrooms and that, is that for the athletes or for the general public?
For the general public. There's also restrooms within the team room,
Really?
if, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so they won't have to all walk over to.
I haven't, I'm just saying, we're there, I haven't seen the restrooms in that building, so that's why.
If
So-
you,
May I? Because I know his view. When you're looking at it from where we stand on the practice field?
No, I'm looking at it from the field, from the track.
Oh, okay.
if you're looking at, if you're standing on the track and
Yeah.
you're looking at it, the entrance is on the left-hand side. So when you walk through the gate to get in where the old ticket booth was,
We have enough room for a locker room and bathrooms for the general public?
the
there?
team room is very small.
You think?
The team room's gonna help our visitors' starting team to go in there.
Yeah.
Some of their bench players will have to probably wait outside.
It,
Why do we put bathrooms there? We have them in the.
because you're also gonna have bathrooms, people come there from the visitor side, because you don't necessarily want them to have to walk all the way over to the concessions.
And a lot of it is crowd control, when you have a large game.
Got it, okay.
I think most new high schools now, they're actually separating the visitor by a gate
Yeah.
right through. I don't know if we're doing that, but a lot of them are doing that
No,
now.
we got one game.
So, that's, so
All
we,
right, thank you, I didn't see it, that's all.
no problem. Building A, so building A is a little bit bigger, and it's taking a little bit longer just because of the, we pushed them very hard to get building B finished for homecoming, so that's kind of had to, a push that we did. Building A is taking more time just because it's bigger and the capacity within there. In there, we have the concession rooms, the restrooms, they'll have a larger team room and a storage. Currently, the brickwork is being done, the roof is on. They're going to be doing the facing of the roof, you know, the edging around, that's coming up soon. They should be finishing the concrete around all of that except for the backside between the softball fields and the baseball fields. All the rest of the concrete will be done this week or next week. The delay that we're going to have getting that inspected and all of those things is the booster pump to run all the water and everything through there is on a delay due to, supply chain delay. So that's not going to be ready by homecoming, but that's why we're going to have the additional porta potties and all of those things. So I believe that should be done probably late October to be completed. Okay? Cherry Hill bids were brought in and accepted on August 23rd. I will have a full report on the bids and all the bidders comparison on my next Friday update. We did previously order the long lead time items, the univents for the classrooms, and some electrical items overall that were taking approximately 20 weeks to order. Those were on the board agenda last month, I believe, or in June. I can't remember which one. Once we get all of that, then we'll have the board approve the company, and then we'll move forward with all of those, and I'll have a better timeline for Cherry Hill once that gets approved.
Thank you.
What is the estimated completion time for Cherry Hill?
It has to be completed, estimated by September 2024.
Okay.
That's the goal.
September 1st, 2024?
September 30th, 2024.
So
The
our
classrooms-
October meetings will be at the new facilities. which-
Let's hope so.
We hope.
Come
Not
on
to put you on
now.
the spot or anything, but I just.
Come on. It's not like you're not pushing for the field, now you want to push for the board meetings. Come on now.
Only
This
where
inch
he
will
is.
take a mile, I'm telling you.
Trustee Fawaz, did you have a question?
Yes, did we ever, I know we talked about this, at our last meeting, but I don't recall a resolution. Did we ever decide if we're going to name it, Barry, or we were going to do any of those things, or we just
We
kind
haven't
of
done
dropped it
anything
off
yet.
after that?
Not yet.
I shared with the board, as the board asked, I shared several different policies from different school districts that are around us on how they handle it, and those are all actually from their policies. So that was the next step the board was requesting on process.
Okay, so maybe next study session or something, we go through that to decide what we're gonna do, or?
I mean,
if it-
yeah, we'll see. I'm not in a hurry. I don't know how the rest of the board feels.
I didn't know if we were just,
wanna
you know,
wait
if we wanted to for
2026? I mean,
completion,
I
you
don't
know?
know.
Field is opening soon, I mean,
I don't think it has to be done right when it's opened.
I would think it'd be
I
nice
have
to
no control
introduce
over
it
that
as
one,
such.
that's got nothing to do with me, sorry.
anyway.
We can, we can if you want to.
I just think, I mean, once the field is ready, if you're gonna introduce the brand new field, you're gonna, you know, do it once and flash whatever it is.
Especially
The
for
only thing
homecoming.
with that, and I will caution you, is on that, is not everything will be ready for that day. So if there was something that you wanted to dedicate other than the field, then those won't be ready to dedicate.
No, she means voting on it on September 18th prior to homecoming, so we can introduce it as that if we vote on it.
Right, but there were other things that we talked about dedicating.
There were some other
besides
things that the
fields.
board mentioned, and
Yes.
Penny's just saying those things may not be done.
Yes, that was
Like the
all.
press box isn't going in until January or February, she's saying. Because we talked about that at the last one. But I think that,
You talked about it, I talked about the field.
Okay, sorry.
I think that if we come up with some type of process, I don't know. I guess we'll talk about it at the next study session.
Oh, talk about it now, because if you're talking about it, what's your process? You wanted to invite.
No, I'm saying if we come up with some type of process or we go through a process, would we have enough time?
That's my
what I'm
point,
saying.
is last time you guys tabled it, you said that you wanted to invite the public in to get their opinions on what they wanted it named. And I said that's gonna be open up Pandora's box, and then you guys just kinda dropped it. Right, we had press box, we had gate, we had field, we had stadium,
Yep.
we had everything, right? And I just kinda left it as is, I don't know of any school that doesn't have that, so I'm just curious as to
Yeah.
how long we're gonna wait.
Did everybody get a chance to review those policies that Dr. Musalam sent out?
I
think-
did briefly.
Maybe we could just send in our, suggestions amongst ourselves, and then put them on the agenda for next time to vote on.
Suggestions,
we
as
could
in
dis-
people's names, as in,
No, as in, you know, Mo, you send an email, I would like to name it X. You know, David, I would like the, or I don't care, you know, whatever it is, and whatever we have, we put on the next agenda to vote on.
I think we
Yes,
should
no?
collectively all figure out a process, and if it's gonna be named X, Y, or Z, I think we all have to kind of be so much, I don't know about the word aligned or not, but I would hate to vote yes or no, and there's multiple names, and discounting other people's names. I just think we should have a process prior. That's my opinion.
I mean, I definitely agree, we need a process, I agree with that, but I don't know. I don't know what that process is or what it looks like. I can't say that I've put too much
I
thought
think
into
we
that.
should all forward you names. I'd be curious to see what other names come up with.
We can do, I mean, whoever wants to forward me any.
I'd be very curious to see what,
Come
and I'd be
forward.
interested.
But I don't think, Trustee Sabah, it's not a point of the names. I think if there's, let's just say there's one name. If we have, let's say a majority is no, or someone is no, it taints the name when it shouldn't. I just think we should have a process prior to going in, so we're all in on what we're trying to do.
But that would be the
That's
process.
that's what I mean.
That would be the process, if we're all submitting a name, and then we all just vote, whether we want it or not.
Oh. Well, you raised your hand first.
I was just saying, I mean, did you guys get a chance to look at the other policies that he sent out? There's one of them that I actually agreed with. It was, I wanna believe it was from Garden City. I think it was 4925.
I don't remember, I gotta back and look.
There's two of them from their policies. One of them was Garden 4925, I think it was 49, it was around, it was just the one with the numbers. And I thought it was pretty straightforward on the way of naming something. If
Can you
see what it-
paraphrase it?
I'm gonna try to pull
I'm
it up.
trying to pull up, I'm trying to find it right now. But I had it written down in my office.
I don't agree that we have to do it when we open the field. I've seen, I mean, not every building that's been, erected has to be like dedicated to somebody. At that time, I feel like you can do that at any time. And I'm just saying, the only reason I'm saying that is I don't feel like it has to be a rushed process.
And my feeling is it should be open to the community. Maybe we should come up with a process, let the community nominate, and then maybe we can be the final arbiters or have a vote or something, but the community
Narrow it
should
down,
be
you mean?
involved. Yeah.
Like narrow it down and then we vote?
Yeah. But I definitely think it should be a community decision, not just.
I just wanna put it out there, this is anybody's name that comes up, whoever it is, right? We know we've heard one name before, awesome. If there is other names that come from the community, I don't think that discussion should be done in an open discussion. Because that really will, if there's more than one name,
It would have
right?
to be done in the open.
How
It
could
has
you
to
do
be
that in
open,
closed?
yeah.
You can't.
Why would
well,
you?
Yeah, it would have to be an open session.
I get
That's
what
my
you're
point.
saying.
That's my point.
But
I can tell you right now, if there's multiple names, and I'm sure many people who will be nominated deserve it at one point. It should be
I
a
get what you're
great,
saying.
glorious time, not a time for someone to be bitter. That's my point.
correct.
Why does it have to be named after a person? I mean,
Yeah. And another.
I had a community member call me after our last meeting. I'll just, I can say this because they don't, everybody's worried about, don't tell anybody it was me. But I thought it was a great idea to just name it Charger Field
exactly mine.
until that time comes when we wanna name it, if we wanna name it after somebody or if something warrants a dedication or whatever. But, I did like that name too, Charger Field. That
So
way
I-
you're dedicating it to the Chargers.
I
I
reshared it
liked-
with all the board members just in case.
Okay, and
Okay.
I liked that idea.
I did have an idea, if we wanna honor people, maybe we could yearly create a Crestwood Hall of Fame and maybe put up a small plaque.
That's a nice idea.
On the wall.
I
And
like
it
that,
would be a
David.
weatherproof, and then we can let the community nominate somebody, even, the first nomination could be, Mr. Berry.
And then you could do like an annual dedication at the first,
Right.
at the homecoming game
the
every
yep,
year.
Exactly,
I actually like that.
have an invocation.
What does that have to do with naming a field?
It's still a way of honor.
He's saying it's a way of
person without-
honoring somebody that we
You can
feel
still
wanted
do
to
that,
be honored.
Even if you got a name of a field, you can still
You
do
could.
that,
I
right?
still like the idea.
We got Crestwood High School, and we got a beautiful memorial for all the veterans in the front lobby, so I mean,
Yeah,
right? We could do that.
you could.
Yeah.
I'm saying I like the
That's
idea.
fine. Just go ahead.
of doing
I mean, I get where you guys are going, but that's okay. I've spoken my piece. No worries.
Okay, Mo.
Just a quick question, since we're talking about honoring. There was a plaque with the school board members, like way down the hall on the other side, for 2002, 2003. So I was just wondering, like, shouldn't that go, because it's so outdated?
No.
No, they're a part of history.
So
But
what,
that's the only one there, so you're eliminating other history and
So-
future and present.
so usually what happens, and we're working on it right now, whenever you have a new construction on your buildings, you do an opening celebration, and there's a plaque that is put up there. So we're currently working on preparing that for this current board on our 3 additions in the elementary school, as well as the addition of the new facilities. So we're in the process of doing that. So that's what that commemorates. It commemorates a major infrastructure change to the district. So
So what
you,
happened in that year?
I have no idea.
Oh,
New wing, was it a new wing? Yeah, a new wing.
oh, I see, okay.
So we're working on something right now. We gotta verify a few things as we're waiting on getting more information about the plaque and making sure everything is ready. So that will be coming very soon to the board.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead,
So
trustee.
I
Amos.
found it. It was Garden City's 4750R, where it says naming of the facility is basically, you know, it's you're proposing names, you're putting it down, and you're letting these, like the way we do our interviews, staff, parents, community members, sit down and go through the petitions and let them pick this way, because I mean, we are part of this community, and we're giving back to the community.
So a committee.
Have a committee from the community.
A naming
and staff-
committee?
Yeah, a naming committee, do the picking.
I would just recommend, and please don't take this the wrong way, it says the superintendent should be the chair. I'd recommend not being the chair. I'd recommend to be a board member.
Yeah.
Just so that nobody can say that I went one way or another.
I think that would be the case for anybody who became the chair, but,
Well,
I mean,
maybe.
whatever. Which one was
If we
that? What
decide
was the
to.
number again, Billy?
4750R.
4750R.
4750R?
I
Okay,
mean, I'll do as the board directs. I just give my 2 cents.
all right,
Let's
thank you. Are we on, is our next item personnel report?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, I'm finished.
You're all done? Thank you, Ms. Morgan. Dr. Lazar?
All right. Good evening, everybody. Our first action item is for instructional appointments. The first is the appointment of a social studies teacher at Riverside Middle School, Mr. Christopher Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell earned his bachelor degree in secondary education from Michigan State University. He has endorsements in history, social studies, and biology. He completed his student teaching at Waverly High School in Lansing, where he was able to collaborate in the development of a standards-based grading system and work to build an equitable classroom environment. He's very excited to join our team at Riverside Middle School.
Can I stop you there for 1
Yep.
second? Do the, so I don't see any new hires here in our audience. And I'm just wondering if we have to torture you and make you read all of these, or can we just make a motion to approve these items?
Your call. I believe at one point there was a discussion where the guidance was to read them.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Sabo?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items
Thank you.
5A1, 5A2, 5A3, 5A4, 5A5, 5A6, 5A7, 5A8, 5A9, 5A10, 5A11, and 5A12, effective pending acceptable criminal background check and other employment documentation as required by law.
Support.
Okay, recommended action by trustee Saba, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5A1, 5A2, 5A3, 5A4, 5A5, 5A6, 5A7, 5A8, 5A9, 5A10, 5A11, and 5A12, effective pending acceptable criminal background check and other employment documentation as required by law. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Trustee Fawaz?
Um,
I do have one point of discussion. Dr. Masalam, if you wouldn't mind, just answering. So when a new teacher starts, don't they send something home to the parents, like introducing themselves? this is who I am, or whatever?
They should,
Like,
they
I'm
should, that should go through the building
Okay,
principal.
just,
We
you know.
we can follow up and ensure that it did
Okay,
happen.
Thank you.
Linda?
Go ahead.
Just a couple things. Although I don't want you to have to read everyone's, I think it kind of takes away from each person to, you know, for us not mentioning them or reading their background for everyone. That's just my opinion. And then second, I just wanted to say, I noticed, one of the employees here had the same last name as myself, but
Okay.
there's no relation.
Oh, yeah.
So, I
Okay.
just wanted to put that out there.
I actually know you both and know you're not related.
But I saw the last name and I said, oh, I better, you know, on record, we're not related.
Thank you, trustee Fawaz. Trustee Baydoun?
So in regards to discussion, I see, first of all, congratulations in advance prior to the vote to all the candidates. This is awesome. They're all great people in here. The question I have, actually, I was gonna ask a little while ago, but I never got around to it, but, so, for all of our, foreign languages, right? Are we, and this is, you don't have to answer now, obviously, the curriculum. One being, I know when you're older, it's more difficult to learn a second language, right? Because I was in this boat, and this is nothing against Mr. Dogman, I think, awesome individual. I just wanna understand who oversees our foreign languages, and how are we tailoring the curriculum to ensure, like, it's streamlined for better, I don't know.
So that comes through the curriculum and instruction department.
Okay, so foreign language does
Yep.
too. Okay.
And Mr. Fabris and myself had started working with the foreign language teachers last year because there were some changes in the pacing of how some of those classes were delivered in the schedules between middle school and high school. The team did get together last year because they are committed to having a rigorous curriculum for foreign language. We got some feedback. We took that feedback into consideration, and they've been working very diligently to create a more vertically articulated curriculum from the middle school to the high school that builds in depth on some of those skills and between foreign language 1 and 2. In addition to just the Arabic foreign language, looking at curriculum, the other foreign languages as well, we want it to mirror some of the skills that are necessary to teach foreign language versus which language. So there will also be some consistency there. So I know Mr. Fabris has been working with them.
So who would review from the curriculum committee the Arabic language? That's my question, right?
The department
So
head.
I can answer that. So what happens is, through our PLCs, the Arabic teachers get together, the Spanish teachers get together, and I think we have one teacher teaching French. And what they do is they review the curriculum that has come down from the state. Now, the Arabic curriculum is fairly new, and it's constantly being updated and changed. So that's where when we have those professional development days, we set aside time for these teachers to get together, review the curriculum, talk about the
So they
curriculum.
do it as a group?
They do it as a group of
Got it.
teachers. And then I believe last year, we had them work with some of the Arabic teachers from Dearborn, because there was an Arabic teacher at Dearborn, Mrs. Hamami, who actually worked with the state, worked with the state of Michigan in developing the Arabic language curriculum. And they actually reached out to her and went over a
Great.
few things with her.
Because this was brought to my attention by a few of my neighbors, right, who English is a second language to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're asking me, and I'm like, you might want to ask my wife, she reads and writes. I can make out words, but that's why I wanted to ask publicly, because I think some of them are watching.
Yep.
So that's a great explanation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so, hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Next item, please, non-instructional appointments.
Yep.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Seba.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of candidates named in action items 5B1, Ms. Tatiana Rodriguez. Is that better, Selma? 5B2, Anthony Carrico. 5B3, Lena Abdullah. 5B4, Fatmi Kafarani. 5B5, Fatin Ali. 5B6, Malak Jama. And 5B7, Autumn Barnes, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks and other employment documentation as required by law.
Thank you. And it's not for me, but I think for the people.
I agree with you. That's why I did
Getting
it.
hired, they should be, recognized, right?
I was looking for your affirmation, not a lecture, I just wanted.
Are you supporting the motion now?
Support, yeah, thank you.
So we have a recommended action by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Fawaz, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5B1 through 5B7, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks and other employment documentation as required by law. Any discussion? Again, congratulations, and I just want to say, thank you to finding all these great candidates, and I'm excited for these additions to the team.
You've been very fortunate.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the next action item is for the approval of a non-instructional employment agreement renewal.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Amen.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the non-instructional employment agreement, see attachments 5C1.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Amen, supported by trustee Baydun, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the non-instructional employment agreement, see attachments 5C1. All those in favor? Any discussion?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Nad.
Is this, how come there's only one person on this? Did we miss someone with the last contract?
Yes, so the last group that came through, this one was pulled for an adjustment, and so we're bringing it back now, that's all.
So, it's a one-year contract?
Mm-hmm.
Next year, it'll be with the others?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. No further discussion. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion
Yeah.
carries. Next item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I oppose, I'm sorry, I was late on the vote.
You oppose?
Yes,
Okay.
that's all.
All right. Motion carries.
The next action item is a leave of absence request for Ms. Noor Asbahi. Ms. Noor Asbahi, a guidance counselor at Crestwood High School, is requesting an unpaid leave of absence for the 23-24 school year for the care of a family member.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Sabah.
I recommend the Crestwood Board of Education approve the leave of absence request for Norris Bahi.
Support.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the leave of absence request for Noor Asbahi. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Approval of a revised tuition-based aid and GSRP relief aid salary schedule.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Williamson.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the salary schedule for tuition-based aid at GSRP Relief Aid, see attachment 5E1.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Williamson, supported by trustee Fawaz, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the salary schedule for tuition-based aid and GSRP relief aid. See attachment 5E1. Any discussion?
I just want to say that this is a great move to show that group, those are like our most precious commodity, and to show them that they do mean as much as everyone else. How did they feel about it? Were they excited?
They're happy.
Good. That's good to hear.
And what I can say, trustee Barry, is we're not done supporting them.
Good. Thank you.
They have a lot more support coming.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next items.
The next items are informational for the changes in classifications. Would you like me to read through them, or can I just make a quick comment?
You can make comments.
Okay. I'm just very excited by several of these changes in classifications because they really do highlight people taking on increased leadership roles. For those increased leadership roles, going from a classroom teacher to an EL resource teacher, for example, people moving from part-time to full-time with the district, GSRP associate teachers taking on lead teacher positions, and all of those are internal candidates. So it really is a testament to growing and supporting our employees and watching them thrive and take on a more active role in our district and expand their contributions and engagement. So we're very proud of them and very proud of that.
Thank you.
And the next one is informational items with the list of resignations that we've processed.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to say thanks again. I think it's great that we found all these great people, and congratulations to anybody who's getting a classification change. Okay, next item is superintendent's report.
Geez, Penny and Linda's reports are so long, I forgot I had to pull up mine. Okay, mine's quick, so we have one action item. Action item, Board Policy Phase 1, 6,000 through 9,000. The first reading Phase 1, 6,000 and 9,000 Board Policy was on June 12th, and the second reading took place on July 31st, 2023. We are asking the Board to approve the Phase 1, 6,000, 9,000 Board Policy as presented in Attachment 7A1. And just to be clear to the Board, what we completed today is Phase 2.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Weedon.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve Board Policy Phase 1, 6,000 through 9,000 as per Attachment 7A1.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Baydoun, supported by trustee Amon, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve board policy phase 1, 6,000 through 9,000 per attachment 7A1. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Board. So some informational items. First off, please, we've been passing it out, we've been sending it out, the Crestwood app. We're asking everyone to download that Crestwood Education application because that's gonna, in time, become our main source of information for all of our teachers, our students, our parents, our community. And it's not just for Crestwood community parents, it's for anyone that wants to download it. So if you live in Traverse City and you're watching this board meeting because you went through YouTube and couldn't find anything else to watch, please download our Crestwood app and know what we're doing. Also, we're also taking feedback. So if anybody that's using the app has some feedback, please feel free to email anybody on cabinet. We will share it with our tech team, and we will make adjustments as we can.
When they make comments on that app, does it go directly, is there, like where it goes directly to a certain person, or is there someone that oversees the whole thing and then that person forwards it on to the appropriate area, or how does that work?
So if you make a comment on it, it will go to the email address that is assigned to it. So for some people, it would be redirected, for some people, it might be directly to them.
Okay, good, so it goes automatically. Okay.
Yes. Also, I'd like to announce that the Crestwood Community Education Foundation sponsorships are posted on the CCEF website. Also, our sponsorship packages are now all going through the Crestwood Community Education Foundation, and all that money will come right back to our children. So please check out that. I also want to reiterate, if you haven't seen it yet, and I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong date.
21.
Thank you. September 21st will be the inaugural Crestwood Community Education Foundation Gala, and we are hopefully looking forward to having a lot of people there. This will be our first major fundraiser for our foundation. So I want to thank the foundation for all the work they've done, and I specifically want to give a shout out to Mrs. Wallah Hamid, and she has really driven that ship in the right direction, so thank you.
Can I just ask, can we meet the foundation?
I can have them come to the next board meeting.
That would be great.
Definitely,
So I know who's-
of course, yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Also, if you want to put a shout, if there's still, since there's still seats available, if anyone else is interested to be a, participate or be a part of it.
Yes, I'm not sure, and I don't want to state the policy because I don't have it in front of me, but there's a policy limit on, that the CCEF put together on how many board members there can be, but there are still seats available. So anyone in the community that would like to be part of the CCEF board, please reach out. On that CCEF website, all the contact information is there, and you can reach out to Mrs. Wallah Hamid and others.
Thank you.
Of course, we want to welcome back our students and our staff this school year. It's going to be a great year. We have a lot of positive things happening, as you could tell from, Mrs. Morgan's report and Dr. Lazar's report. There's a lot of good things happening. We're moving in the right direction. I'm excited to have our students back. Our focus this year, and what we presented and what we talked about on the first day back was we want to teach resilience and empathy. We want to be able to take our student body and help them be resilient in difficult times, but also be empathetic towards one another. That's not just student to student, but it's adult to adult. So we're really going to be focusing on that. And one of the things that, if those that have been here since I started my tenure, every year there's a piece of empathy that's part of the process. I just want to reiterate what empathy is. Empathy is not sympathizing with people, not feeling bad for people, but it's trying to understand where they are. It's trying to understand what is it they're trying to accomplish. Trying to understand how you can be someone to help them. And the focus is on finding the positive in things, not the negative. That's empathy. So we're gonna be focusing on resilience and empathy. Now, as you all know, people are like, man, why do we got 4 days of school and the next week we got 4 days of school? Yep, Labor Day weekend is coming. There is no school Friday or Monday. State law says that we must have 181 school days. And in order to meet those 181 school days, we have to start prior to Labor Day. So that, a lot of people ask that question, and that's my response. In order to hit those 181 days, we have to start before Labor Day. And the thing is, we have to submit a waiver to the state of Michigan to start before Labor Day. So it's complex. They gotta have Andrea Wood over at central office who takes care of that for us.
Are they looking at other options aside from days at the state level?
So we constantly had that conversation, and we have our legislative meetings, and we've actually gone back and go back to hours instead of days. Because if you go back to hours, then we can adjust our school day. We can make our school day about 20 minutes longer, which would then allow us to start after Labor Day and not go too far into June. It's in the legislature's hands. They have to make that determination. But it is a recommendation that we have made. We've actually also requested some more flexibility so that we can use certain days more for students who need some additional one-on-one support. But we're continuously having that conversation with the legislature. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for all the hard work they have done this summer. There were a lot of teachers in our buildings this summer. That's something that a lot of families do not see. Like, everybody thinks that, that's it, teachers are done for the summer. There's a lot of teachers that were in our buildings, and if they couldn't be in our buildings because they were waxing the floors, they were going to gather over at a local coffee shop, prepping for this school year. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that happens. There's a lot of people that do a lot of great things for this district. I will say this, over the last 4 years, we've had a lot of difficult conversations. We've had difficult conversations here on the board. We've had difficult conversations in the community. We've had difficult conversations just as a team. But our focus has always been, how do we get to the next phase? And we all know that as a community, there's been some changes in our community, and we have to address those changes, and we have to support everybody from the ground up. So I want to send this out as a thank you to all those that put in that extra time over the summer, and that I know will be putting in that extra time during the school year and not asking for an additional cent. So thank you. Welcome back, everybody. I'm looking forward to a healthy, safe, and successful school year.
Thank you, Dr. Mosallam. And so before we go to public or board comments, I just wanted to add to what you were saying, if you don't mind, Dr. Mosallam.
Oh, of course.
So I didn't want to leave out custodial staff, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to them and say thank you, thank you, thank you. The buildings look really nice. You can tell that they were worked on over the summer. You can tell that they were really cleaned up over the summer. And I know that a lot of hard work goes into that, so I just wanted to give a special thank you to that team and recognize the work that they did all throughout the summer too. I often get asked, how was my summer, or welcome back, or how do you feel being back at work? And people don't understand that I don't get a day off in the summer. So I know that there's a lot of staff who work for schools that don't get days off in the summer. It's just an assumption that everybody makes because schools are closed. So while there's not students in the building, rest assured that there are people still here doing work that's got to keep the district moving forward. And to all those workers who still show up in the summer, thank you very much to all of them. So at this time, we would have done public comment. I believe that we don't have anybody for public comment, so I'll go to board comments. Trustee Sabo?
Yeah, I just want to congratulate Dr. Mosallam and the Community Education Foundation for their first annual dinner coming up, September 21st, I believe you said, at Biblos. So hopefully everybody can be on board with that. This is a game changer for the district, folks, if we can really get everybody on board. I think it kind of levels the playing ground with what a lot of school districts, neighboring school districts, have been able to do for years. utilizing those types of funds to really put their school district over the top, and I think that's a great add to this district. I'm gonna get back on my parent involvement bandwagon, because it's that time of year. Can't stress enough, folks, you know, I think all of us here have kids that are either in the district or out of the district, and they grow up quick. You know, being a part of their athletic activities, their band activities, their drama activities, whatever activity is something you can't get back. Also, being a part of the parents' clubs is something really important. And I think eventually we're looking to do some kind of booster club, and Dr. Musalam will have that, I'm sure, with Mr. Hashigian, and look at what we can do to really take things to the next level. As Ms. Morgan said, the athletic complex is looking great, so kudos to Penny and her team on the timeline and getting everything done as quickly as they have. And reiteration of, hey, congrats to all the kids coming back. You know, fall is in the air. Sports, the sound of the band, the apple orchards are coming. But most importantly, it's that time of year for one more class to say, this is my last year in school. So to those seniors of the class of 2024, including one of my own, I congratulate you, and hope you guys all have a great year.
Trustee Williams.
I think I just want to welcome everybody back. I'm excited for the new school year and the field. And I'd just like to kind of write out a little bit of what he said, that parent involvement is really important, but it's also important to help the kids, but it also helps your relationships with your children. I can't tell you how many conversations I had with my daughter, just because I know now her, I know her friends, and we can talk about, and we can relate to a lot of things she's doing and stuff. So, I mean, if you have some estrangement with your kid a little bit, maybe get more involved with their school, and then you get to know, you get to know them a lot better. I can say I have a great relationship with my children because of my involvement in the schools, and it got me here today. So, thank you.
Trustee Barry.
Yeah, I just want to thank Mr. Dave for putting those pictures back up. He did a great job, and I just want to tell a little story. It helped save somebody's job, because that person's diploma couldn't be found, and that was what saved them, that picture, because it showed that the student actually graduated from Crestwood. And on that note, welcome to everybody. Welcome back. Looking forward to a successful year, and hope to see everyone around. Thank you.
Great. Trustee.
So I just want to welcome everybody back. I enjoy opening up my social media and seeing the pictures of all the kids, what they want to be and what they want to do when they get older. Today my daughter decided to change from doctor to teacher, so, because she wants to be like mama.
I'll give her a contract from now.
So, welcome back to all the
Promise
staff and students, and like Dr. Musamo says, staff over the summertime. I mean, my wife's a teacher. She spent half her summer at work at Hillcrest, getting her room set up or doing summer school. And also a big thank you, like Madam President was saying about the maintenance staff. I was watching these people work nonstop, because obviously I was being called to come lift, move, carry, fill up, buy candy, books, get a classroom ready. So I was the runner this summer.
That's
but,
what you get for marrying a teacher.
Yeah. But I saw the maintenance staff, they were really working nonstop, and it was good to see. Also, the MRS program, I think, is a great addition. I do a lot of work with MRS, and those kids are great kids. This summer, I had the pleasure of working with a lot of the kids in MRS, and a bunch of them were actually from Crestwood. One of them I'm planning on hiring, because he's just such a good kid and enjoyed what he was doing. And also, congratulations for the Education Foundation. I'm looking forward to supporting them and hopefully working with them. And thank you to all the staff, and hope you guys have a great year.
Thank you. Trustee Badu.
Obviously, welcome back. Just a few things I'd like to touch on is the construction zones around the schools. Please, I know a lot of the kids will play after school, but especially at the high school, the rear of the building is coned off. There's yellow caution tape. There's dump trucks moving left and right. Everyone needs to be assured of their surroundings and aware of what's going on. That's very important. Another thing is, feedback. I have feedback written down when we were talking about the app. Feedback is not only about the Crestwood app, but if there's any community members, any employees, anybody in the administration, anybody who has feedback, whether you want to be anonymous or you want your name on it, please, send the email to Dr. Masalam. If you like, send it to any board member, send it to the president of the board, whatever. But feedback is imperative for us to get better as a district. That's very important. And I believe on the flip side of that, we need to listen to feedback as well, right? As administration, as a board, I think we do a great job of it today, right? But not only about the app, but like when I first downloaded the app, I think it was in the beta phase, it was initial, and there was like nothing there. I'd like click on something and a couple buttons, and then a few days ago, I went back in the app, I was like, wow, this is like really cool, right? And I think that was from some of the email feedback that you were getting. So feedback is great. Great job with the app. I love it. Enough about the app. Special thanks to Louie and Fatmi Ashkar. They hosted a team dinner for the Crestwood football team. Unfortunately, we didn't get a win on Saturday afternoon, but definitely it was more of a family atmosphere. There was parents, coaches, kids there. It was awesome. So special thanks to them. And other than that, have a great school year.
Okay. So first, I do want to welcome everyone back, and of course, as everyone else, thanks staff, administration, maintenance, and, all that work throughout this time to make this happen. And of course, congratulations on our education fund. I think that'll be great, and we can get as many participants as possible. The other item that hasn't been mentioned yet, and only because I felt it today, so I'm sure a lot of other parents, I know for a fact because I heard it, bus frustration. So I'm very, very thankful to Andrea for cutting out our second run. However, I know a lot of people experienced the same things I'm sure I experienced, with delays and, errors and different things. But I would ask to just be patient, and I don't want to steal Andrea's thunder. I'm sure she wants to say a few words. No. But we are working. We are working through things. And I know, just based off what Andrea said, if your kid's going to ride the bus, make sure they're riding the bus this week so we get a good count. And, for anyone out there that, went through a lot today, I think, but, by the end of the week, it will definitely get better. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I get to go last and tell you everything that everybody already said. But, welcome back. And one of the things I would like to do is just take a minute to say thank you to all those involved in putting on our Welcome Back event last week. It was held here at Riverside. I didn't personally get a chance to come out and attend the event, but I got a lot of positive feedback from a lot of parents in our district and community members who were very, very happy to see the event come back this year. And I know that a lot of hard work goes into that. So thank you to our PTA and our staff members who helped. We appreciate all the hard work that goes into that. Also, thank you to some of our sponsors who even stepped up and got in the dunk tank, like Mr. Family Doc himself. So we appreciate that. And we know Yusuf took a few dunks. Took a few dunks there too. And our secretary did as well. So thank you to all those who helped put that event on. I have no further comments.
Motion adjourned?
Support.
All right. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying
Aye.